Hey champions, how are you all? How is everything going? I hope you are preparing very well for your board examination. And in this video, I'm going to give a touch to your board examination computer answer set. Okay, if you are still getting some less marks and you are unable to identify your mistake, so what are the simple mistakes which I should ignore in the board examination answer set which will help me to score 100 out of 100? In this video I will be giving you some of the rectifications. By doing this you will able to score 100 out of 100 in computer. Okay, because it's a very scoring subject in your ICSE board examination. So let me start from multiple choice based questions. So whenever you are attending any kind of multiple choice based questions, make sure you not only write the options. What do I mean whenever I'm saying that option? Suppose let's see. Suppose there is number 1 bit and the correct answer is A. So don't only write this A bit and switch to another question like if the correct answer is B. Okay, do not write like this. What you need to do, you need to write, if you are writing like this, just make sure you write the bit and you write the whole answer whichever that particular option do contain. Suppose if the answer is while, so this is while loop. Okay, suppose the option is while loop, and in option number 2 the answer was B bit. If the answer is polymorphism, so make sure you write everything whatever is mentioned. Okay, this will help you in a different way, because while you will be checking your MCQ based questions, you shouldn't need to go to the option and the bits and the answer accordingly. It will help you somehow. It will help you. You will not recognize now, but when you will be checking your paper after the completion, there you will be getting the benefit what happened when you are attending the answer in this particular way. Okay, so make sure that you that you write the answer of the multiple choice based question as well. Okay, now the second point says when there is options, you must be observing nowadays whenever you are attending many sample question papers and competency based, new types of options we usually observe. Okay, so specifically I have observed many students are confused in this both A and B. Here I have mentioned A and B. Sometime it can be A and D, both A and D, B and C, and accordingly. Okay, and none of these options. Remember students, whenever in the question paper you are getting options somewhere like both A and B or B and C or C and A, remember, suppose you have got a correct option according to the question, do not put that correct, or do not mention the particular option and switch to another question. You must also look for the options whichever is mentioned. If your option contain one of the bit, like see, if my correct answer is option number A and if my option number C contains both A and B, then I need to put a look on the option number B as well, and I need to see that whether this particular option number B justify the question or not. If I find yes, this can also be one of the answer, then your option number C will be the answer. So whenever you are getting option A and B, this both A and B, this type of questions or none of these kind of questions, just give a pause and read the question for the second time and do attend the answers. Okay, now the second point is over. And number the third bit is very important. Many students are till now confused about attending how to attend assessment based reasoning type of questions. Remember this formula, you will able to attend assessment reasoning in a very better manner. Okay, so the first is, whenever you are getting assertion and base assertion and reason, first thoroughly read the assertion and the reason and first conclude whether the assertion whichever is mentioned is factually correct or not. If it is factually not correct, then only one option remains, that is assertion is false and the reason is true. And if your reason, read the reason very properly, and if your reason is factually correct, then you need to be then we need to look for other, which I will be mentioning now. If your reason is not factually correct, that means only one option remain, that is assertion is true and your reason is false. And then when you get that yes, this both assertion and reason, they both are factually true, then what you need to do, you need to cross out your C and D. That means assertion is true, reason is false will not be one of the answer, and assertion is false and reason is true cannot be one answer, and the other remains are option number 1 and 2. And
again go through the question, and if you find that your reason justifies your assertion properly, and reason is the and whatever statement is mentioned in the reason is the actual reason of the assertion or the statement that is mentioned below, then choose the option number 1. And if you find that your reason is correct and assertion is correct, and you do not find any connectivity between the assertion and reason, then choose the option number B. Very simple, right? Okay. Now let us printing statements. What do I mean by printing statements? Whenever there is system.out.print, system.out.println, whenever you are getting this type of question in the MCQ based question, or in your output based question, just give a look. Just see whether it has mentioned that system.out.println or system.out.print, because most of the students are attending answer correctly, but they are not observing whether the question has given system.out.println or system.out.print or not. So they are making this minor mistakes, which will reduce your marks. Okay. Now let me come to this 2 marks based question, which is do as directed. Okay, listen this carefully. So if you want how to frame the answers very properly for 2 marks 2 mark based questions, already there are some of the videos. I will be mentioning the particular playlist in the description. Please do check out how to write your how to frame your 2 mark based questions in a proper format. There you will be getting the hint, and there I have mentioned very properly how to present your 2 mark based questions answers. Okay, you may check out that. I will be mentioning the description. Now let us come to the second another bit, that is understand what is asked. Whenever the question is about function prototype based, okay, you understand the question what is mentioned, then attend. Do not just go for start writing the function prototype after you are observing this. Yes, function prototype is one of the very important question which usually is observed in every of the board examination. So whenever you are observing that function prototype is a question, so just take a pause, read the question. Is there any return type need to be mentioned? Is there access specifier need to be mentioned? Is it parameterized or non-parameterized? Observe the question properly. Is the name of the function given or we need to mention? You need to thoroughly think these all things whenever you are getting function prototype based question. Okay, after thoroughly analyzing the question, then attend the answer. Do not be so hurry. No sir, we will be having only less hour for attending the program, so we are hurry burry and we are attending. Do not do this kind of overthink during your specifically computer examination. If you start doing overthinking, then your marks will start reducing from first to last. Don't be an overthinker. Stay calm, attend each question properly. Then this. Now the another point, whenever the looping, whenever you are observing a looping kind of question is asked, number of execution is asked, read the question properly. See where the variables are declared, how is the increment done over there. Is it incremented by 2, or is it incremented by 3, or is it incremented by only 1? Okay, observe the question very properly whenever number of execution is asked. Okay, if you are looking for some detailed explanation how to observe and design write the answer of this particular number of execution based question, do not worry, I will be mentioning that as well in the description. Please check out, and there I have solved some of the questions, and there are some of the questions that are yet not unsolved. You can just practice them out, and in this way you will be aware of the thorough question whatever is asked by the examiner. Okay, on the third one, see, I have again written this statement in this 2 mark as well. Whenever there is a printing statement, keep your eye onto that particular statement properly, then attend. Don't be hurry worry that you have got the answer and write down. Sit calmly, attend this particular question specifically whenever printing statements are mentioned. Okay, now programming questions. Okay, now listen to this particular explanation how to attend programming questions. Listen to this carefully. You will observe that most of the simple mistakes which is usually done by the students in the examination will be cleared over here. The first is use meaningful variables. Don't use such variables, just fancy variables which are trending to gain the attention of your examiner. In that way, what will happen whenever you are explaining variable description, it may be difficult for you to describe that particular variable, and it would not look formal. As you are attending examination, the variables should be also look formal, and that can only be done when your variables looks meaningful. Okay, so remember this. Now the next question is, whenever you are writing, there are most of the students, I have observed many students question paper, what do? They first write the whole program, then they observe where we should put the semicolon, and they start putting semicolon from first to last. By this, what happened? They lose marks. They lose marks. So whenever you are writing each statement, make sure that you have given there the appropriate semicolon wherever required or not. Okay, observe that very carefully, because by that also you will be your marks may get reduced. Now you should check each program. This is a very important one actually. What happened? This is a very important one. Let me highlight this. Okay, I'm unable to highlight this properly. Okay, let me highlight it different. It's a very important one actually. You should check each program just after its completion. Okay, whenever you are writing each program, make sure you are checking that program, then you are switching to another program. Don't keep it till last. Don't keep it till last. Okay, don't keep it till last. After you have written your question properly, you will be attending the other question. Okay, write down the program properly, check the program, then switch to other program. You will see this will help you out in a different manner. Okay, now design the variable description properly. Whenever you are writing a variable description, it also carries marks, so you shouldn't be very casual whenever you are writing variable description. Likewise, your school have told, if not told, let me say you just draw a table for the variable description, give a heading very properly, and design a table where you will be mentioning your data type, your variable name, and the description. Okay, just a moment here, just a moment. Okay, so as I'm saying that variable description also carries marks. Okay, so shouldn't be too negative whenever you are attending your variable description. Design it very properly. Use your pencil, draw as you are designing it formally. Okay, like one particular column for data type, one particular column for variable, another column for description. Okay, it should also look formal. Okay, now wherever you are writing the program, now observe the curly braces as well. That is what you need to do whenever you are completing each program. You must be asking, sir, if we will start checking each program, then it will take longer time to attend. Dear, by checking each program, no, it will take less time as comparison to the program, as comparison to the time or duration that you would take when you have completed the whole paper for checking that particular program. Okay, so after writing the program, check these all things, whether curly braces are given or not, whether semicolons are given properly or not, whether I have used meaningful variable everywhere or not, whether I have designed my proper variable description or not. Okay, so you need to follow these all things. Then this is for the class-based program. In class-based program, usually what happens, I have often seen there are many students, what do? They are not using the data members properly in the whole program. They feel that wherever it's necessary, they are using the data members, and wherever it's not necessary, they are not using data members. Dear, whatever variables is asked in the question, that is to be used in the program, you need to use that. The usability of the variable should be 100%. If you are not using all the variables, whatever is given in your class-based program, which is also said to be as constructor-based program, okay, a constructor-based program will also come under class-based program, there you will lose marks. So understand that, yes, I have not used this particular variable in my entire program. That means I am going somewhere wrong. I am doing somewhere wrong. Okay, use 100% of all the variables, whichever is mentioned by the examiner in the question paper. Okay, this will help you in a very different way. And by this, what happened? Do you know? Students are losing marks in the class-based program as well, which is the easiest one among the question paper. And next, avoid cutting. First, build the logic. How you can avoid cutting and overwriting of the codes? First, build the logic in your mind, then write it down in your answer set. This will reduce your
cuttings and overwriting of the codes, and do not overwrite. Suppose you have cut anywhere, if you feel that yes, this program I have done many cuttings, I will suggest you use a pencil and just give and just cut down the whole page with a single line, and just switch to another page and write your program properly. This will help you in scoring very good marks. And this is another important here. So whenever you are observing that in your array, the keyword is mentioned accept. What do the keyword? The keyword, suppose if you are finding the keyword accept, that means what you need to do? You need to accept values from the user. Okay. So wherever you find that it has asked to take the values or initialize the values, what you need to do? You need to take or initialize the values by yourself. Okay. So observe this types of keyword in your question paper, whether it has asked to accept, initialize, take, or what it has asked, and accordingly design your program. And don't forget to this is another important part of the string based program actually. So whenever you are accepting any type of sentence, Nadia, try to trim that particular sentence. Okay, trim that particular sentence, and then use it, and then design the other part of the coding whatever is asked in the question. Do not forget to trim. Okay, then then the another point is in switch case based program. In switch case based program, what usually do, students are usually habituated in taking case 1 2 3 integers like that. Make sure that you observe the question. What should be your option data type like? It might be A, it might be B, it may be 1 2, or it may be today tomorrow. This kind of option. Observe what options need to be taken whenever you are writing switch case based program. It will be mentioned in the question paper. You shouldn't be worried about it. If it is A option and B option, that means whatever option you need to accept from the user should be of char data type. Okay, and all the cases you need to use the characters only. Okay, you should look this very properly. Okay, now the next is number based program. Okay, so in number based program, what happens at last, there are most questions where we need to compare the resultant with the original number. What happened? Usually student use the same variable for finding the resultant. Usually what happened? The students usually do not store the original value in some other variable. Due to what happened, after whenever a loop is continued and whenever it is over, that particular variable loses the originality. So what we need to do, after you have accepted a variable from the user, store it in a variable, and whatever changes you will make in a particular variable, what will happen? The originality of that particular value will be stored in another variable, so that after your loop or something, if you want to check your resultant with the original number, you will be having a variable where your original value will be safely stored. So do not forget this as well. And this is another thing that I have mentioned over here. And if you are looking for some important questions or concept that is based on the Java for your board examination, there is entire playlist which is absolutely free that is mentioned in the channel itself. You can thoroughly go for queries or the question based things or the concepts wherever you are feeling that you are doubtful. You can just go and watch them out before the board examination. Okay, now there is an announcement, students. So what happened? For your batch 2026, which is your juniors, I have created a batch which is absolutely in an affordable rate. Okay, where your juniors will have the opportunity to learn Java from me in the entire year. So if you find any of your juniors or family friends or any of you or if you are a student of batch 2026, then please make sure that you join this particular batch, which will be helping you out in a very different way, and you will be understanding the Java in a next level. So if you want to be the part of this next level journey, the number is already mentioned in this. Please do not forget to reach us out and join the batch. There are absolutely two batches that is mentioned over here. I will be mentioning the description of this announcement of the batch as well, and the features of the batch as well in the description. Okay, so prepare well for your board examination, and all the very best.